So now that you've seen Table 7 a couple of times, or at least once, we can talk about the dramatic structure of this short narrative. It's a short story that's in a video form. Okay, so the exposition. At the beginning, we understand the world that the story takes place in. It's a man and a woman eating in a restaurant. Okay, they're eating and talking. Okay, and that's where the main conflict comes in, because as they talk, you realize that their relationship is in a rocky place. Okay, they're having difficulty in getting along. We don't know what it is that's happened, but we're hearing that there's stress in their relationship. Now the rising action is interesting because there's a inside of the rising action, there is a cutaway, repeated cutaway to this guy sitting at a typewriter. Okay, and that is what we call that's a plot twist. That's a unusual complication of the rising action. So there's the guy at the typewriter, and as these two are fighting, they think no one else is listening. They talk about how the other person isn't listening. They think no one's listening, but someone is listening. Okay, and the viewer is feeling that tension between not only this main conflict, but also this sort of secondary conflict. What the heck is going on with this guy at the typewriter? Okay, so it's a complex conflict going on, but the main conflict is still the relationship between the man and the woman. At that point, the climax comes when they're done with the dinner and they've sort of given up, and they open the fortune cookies. And they have an appropriate message, and the two stop and read the message, and the one apologizes, the other one listens and forgives, right? So the message in the fortune cookies is exactly what they needed. That's the climax. That's the turning point. And they then act on that. There's falling action where they resolve their difficulty, or at least begin to resolve it, based on that climactic moment when they read these fortune cookies. Then after that, there's still more story. There's still a little bit more story, and we see then that this guy listening in is listening to them, and he is relieved. He's happy that what he wrote in his custom fortune cookie resolved the tension, the conflict. So that resolution happens after the falling action, after the climax. So each of these parts is very clear in this particular story. And that's part of, as I'm saying, the notion that a short story has all of its equipment is exposed. It's easy to see how they work. And we understand how they work, because this is the way we speak to each other. Now, the next step, you are going to do what I just did with another story. This one you're actually going to read. It's called The Open Window. It's in Schoology. There's the document is there. Inside of the assignment 217E, dramatic structure, you'll have a PDF of the document, and you'll have a Google document of the dramatic structure worksheet. That's your homework, is to read and map out the dramatic structure, filling out the table in the Google Doc. So have that ready, and we'll talk about it when we get back together next time.